Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to talk about the Dust System in the Sorcery TCG. We are gonna explore what it is and what it means, and we're not quite sure yet about all the details, but in general I think it's very interesting, so I wanted to talk about it. As a Kickstarter backer, you have received an email, you have received info about the delivery of the alpha, and I received that email too, and we're gonna have a look at it. And in that email they talk about the Dust System as well, and of course I do not have Sorcery product, I have Magic the Gathering product here, I have Flesh and Blood product here, and I just have put these on the table for illustration purposes. So we have some boxes here to make it easier to imagine what we're talking about. Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question. I love the professor, but the question often is asked, and not only for Magic the Gathering, especially for early or old product. Flesh and Blood is a very good example as well. People really want to know how many boxes are still sealed of, for example, the Flesh and Blood Welcome to Wraith Alpha, or how many boxes are still sealed of Magic the Gathering Antiquities. And yeah, I, for example, would be interested to know how many boxes there are still sealed of Magic the Gathering Khans of Tarkir. But even if you look at Magic the Gathering collector boxes, how many have been printed? How many are still sealed? It is a question that is very interesting to all of us as players and collectors, of course. Are many evil investors really hoarding product, and is this product never opened? And as we know, Sorcery has a print run of about 29,000 alpha boxes, I believe. Flesh and Blood had a print run of about 17,500 alpha boxes, which isn't a really big difference in my opinion, but yeah, it is definitely 10,000 plus boxes more. But that's okay, because I think a lot of these boxes will be opened. And the Sorcery guys found a really neat way to ensure we all know those boxes will be opened, or how many of those boxes will be opened. They introduced something they call the Dust System. And we can have a look at the mail here all the Kickstarter backers of the Alpha got, and it says the Alpha should have arrived, for example, over here in Europe like a couple of days ago, which is really cool. That means it is en route, probably still at customs, but it soon will be en route to a distributor or to a warehouse, and then it will be shipped out to us, and it probably will be the same as you see looking at the dates for all the other markets and the US market, of course, as well. But then on the bottom of that mail we have authentication and Dust System. Authentication, it says, okay, and Dust System. Basically what it means is that all the alpha boxes, I don't know if the beta boxes will have that as well, I would be curious about that, but all the alpha boxes will have a code on the bottom, and you can only get to that code once you removed the plastic seal, and then that code has a little scratch thing here. You scratch that off, then you can scan the code, and then you can verify if your box is real. But if you register that code as well, then you get a certain amount of dust, and yeah, you can save that for rewards. That's basically what it is. So it's kind of a reward code. So let's read what exactly the mail says. The Dust System was devised to allow us to introduce security measures to allow backers to authenticate their boxes with a unique serial number. On the bottom of every booster box under the shrink wrap is a scratch code that, when entered on our website, will confirm your booster box's authenticity and award you a small amount of dust, a substance that lets you unlock digital customization perks on Curiosa.io. Tickets to giveaways, promo cards, merchandise, and more. Some rewards will be awarded as you hit milestones, while others will require you to save up and spend your dust. We are still fully fleshing out the system, and we encourage backers to register each box they open, as when implemented, rewards will be retroactive. So that is definitely good to know. I think sorry folks, I think Of course, they won't say that they introduced this system to track how many boxes of the alpha have been opened. I think still it is a very cool tool to know how many alpha boxes have been opened. And I don't know if they want to disclose this, but it would be very interesting to know, of course, especially for us collectors who I personally I backed a couple of boxes, and I personally want to open some, but I want to keep at least 1 or 2 sealed, just to have it on the shelf, because it's cool. And it's not that I'm an evil investor or whatever, but in general I think it's a cool thing to have some sealed product, especially if you want to play down the road, which I normally do with sealed product. So yeah, for me that's normally a thing. Often play with friends. It's interesting, folks. I'm curious what you think. I already heard a couple of voices that said no, they just want to give you rewards. They don't do this because they want to track how many boxes have been opened. Others definitely say, yeah, very cool tool to track how many boxes have been opened and to see how many alpha boxes still are out there in the wild. Would be awesome to know for a couple of other things as well in the trading card game world. Really curious, for example, how many Flesh and Blood boxes are still left in the wild from Arcane Rising and Welcome to Wraith, the two very limited alpha releases, or first edition releases in that case. But for Sorcery, I think it's interesting, and if the rewards are attractive, I think it even will trigger people to open boxes. If you can get really unique cards, and if I would be in doubt, like, yeah, let's open another box or keep it sealed, and I am one box away in Dust from hitting a milestone, and you get a super cool unique promo, I don't know, I think I would open that box. It would trigger me. It could be an extra trigger. Not quite sure, but yeah, I think it's a very interesting concept. And in the long run, not looking at it now, because a lot of boxes will stay sealed, a lot of boxes will be flipped on the secondary market. Now it's not that interesting, but 10 years down the road, it will be really, really interesting to know how many alpha boxes are left in the wild. Folks, deep sigh, deep breath. I hope you have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then leave a like, leave a comment, and yeah, maybe consider to subscribe. Thanks a lot to my subs and to my Patreons. I really appreciate your support. It's with your support that this channel can stay independent and I can say whatever the fuck I want here, and I like to say whatever the fuck I want. Very, very nice to have that privilege. Stay healthy, folks. Stay frosty. I talk to you next time. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.